Hash 1412 Episode 16, Championship Carnage. The arena is alive with energy as thousands of VHS tapes line the walls and eerie purple slime drips from every crevice. The show opens with a montage of highlights from previous episodes, featuring wild matches and outrageous antics. The crowd is buzzing with anticipation as the lights dim and the music builds. Suddenly, the familiar beat of Eminem's "Lose Yourself" blares through the speakers. The crowd erupts in cheers as Eminem takes the stage, delivering an electrifying performance that has everyone on their feet. Eminem. You better lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. You better never let it go. The arena is pulsing with energy as Eminem continues his performance, but the excitement is abruptly interrupted. Jeff Jarrett appears out of nowhere, wielding a guitar. With a fierce swing, he smashes the guitar over Eminem's head, sending the rapper crashing to the stage. The crowd gasps in shock and disbelief. Grabbing a microphone, standing over Eminem, "That's right, this is my ring, and no one, not even Eminem, is going to steal my spotlight. Elvis, you better watch your back because I'm coming for you next." The crowd's boos and jeers fill the arena as Jeff Jarrett stands tall, soaking in the reaction. The atmosphere is tense as Jarrett paces the stage, clearly reveling in his actions. Suddenly, the music changes, and Eric Matthews' theme song hits. The crowd's reaction is mixed as Eric Matthews makes his way to the stage, holding a microphone. He stands confidently, ready to address the chaotic scene. Ladies and gentlemen, I have an important announcement to make. As of tonight, Freddy Krueger has made me the new general manager of 1412 Wrestling. The crowd reacts with a mix of cheers and boos, intrigued by the announcement. Eric Matthews. And to make sure things run smoothly, I've hired a real Egyptian mummy as my bodyguard. The lights dim and a large, menacing figure wrapped in ancient bandages steps out from behind the curtain. The mummy towers over Eric, its eyes glowing ominously. The crowd murmurs in awe and curiosity as the mummy makes its presence known. So, Jeff, you might want to think twice before you smash any more guitars around here. Things are going to be different from now on. Jeff Jarrett glares at Eric and his mummy bodyguard, clearly not impressed. The tension is palpable as the camera pans over the shocked and excited faces of the audience. Jarrett clenches his fists but remains silent, contemplating his next move. What an explosive start to tonight's show. Eminem laid out, Jeff Jarrett on the warpath, and Eric Matthews as our new general manager with a mummy bodyguard. Folks, we are in for one wild ride tonight. Indeed, Jim, the dynamics of 1412 Wrestling have just shifted, and it's anyone's guess what will happen next. The camera captures the intensity of the moment, with Jeff Jarrett staring down Eric Matthews and his mummy bodyguard, and the crowd buzzing with anticipation. The scene fades out as the show heads to a commercial break, leaving the audience eagerly awaiting the next segment. Segment 1 will begin after the Segment 1, Competitive Eating Championship Mushroom Eating Contest. The show returns from break, and the camera focuses on the commentary team as they discuss the events that just transpired. Mr. Feeney, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. What an explosive start we had with Jeff Jarrett's shocking attack on Eminem and the announcement of Eric Matthews as our new general manager. Tonight we have some incredible matches lined up, including Lou Thesz versus Scott Steiner, and a main event featuring Bars, the Inventor of Boiled Eggs, the Sentient Boiled Eggs, and the returning Dave Meltzer for the 1412 Championship. Elvira, it's going to be a wild night, Feeney. I can't wait to see what unfolds. Totally, dude. This is going to be epic. The camera shifts to the ring where a massive table filled with a mountain of mushrooms is set up. The competitors make their entrances. The following contest is a competitive eating championship mushroom eating contest. Introducing first, the challenger, managed by Bobby Heenan, the Random Kid. The Random Kid runs to the table, grinning mischievously. The crowd gives a mixed reaction. Next, from the Mushroom Kingdom, Super Mario. Super Mario enters, receiving a huge ovation from the crowd. He waves and jumps up, ready for the contest. Next, the challenger, known for his extreme eating feats, LA Beast. LA Beast makes his entrance, pumping his fists as the crowd cheers. And finally, the reigning and defending competitive eating champion, Joey Tribbiani. Joey Tribbiani enters to loud cheers, looking focused and ready to defend his title. This is going to be one heck of a contest. 4 competitors, 1 title. Let's see who can eat the most mushrooms. The bell rings, and the contest begins. All 4 competitors dig into the mountain of mushrooms with gusto. The random kid, however, starts throwing mushrooms at the other competitors, demanding chocolate cake instead. The crowd laughs as he causes chaos at the table. It looks like the random kid is up to his usual antics, disrupting the contest. Joey Tribbiani, known for his insatiable appetite, starts strong, devouring mushrooms at an impressive pace. Le Beast quickly catches up, showing his extreme eating prowess. Super Mario, leveraging his experience with mushrooms, manages to eat an impressive amount as well. As the contest progresses, Joey and LA Beast are neck and neck, with Super Mario not far behind. The random kid continues to cause chaos, but it doesn't deter the serious eaters. Elvira, look at Joey go. He's like a human vacuum cleaner. In the final moments, Joey Tribbiani pulls ahead with a burst of speed, consuming the last few mushrooms with ease. The bell rings, signaling the end of the contest. The winner and still competitive eating champion, Joey Tribbiani. Joey stands triumphantly, the crowd cheering wildly for him. He raises the championship belt high, celebrating his victory. Joey did it. He retains his title in an impressive display of eating prowess. As Joey tries to walk away, the random kid ties Joey's shoes together, causing him to trip and fall. The crowd laughs as Joey struggles to untangle himself. Hey kid, you got me good this time. The random kid laughs and runs off with Bobby Heenan, who looks proud of his protege's antics. Mr. Feeney, what a start to the night. Joey retains his title, and we still have so much more to come. The camera captures Joey finally getting back on his feet, still smiling despite the prank. The scene fades out as the show heads to the next segment. Segment 2, Backstage Sacrifice. The camera transitions to a dimly lit, eerie backstage area. The room is filled with flickering candles, casting long shadows on the walls. Elvira is seen leading Pauly Shore down a narrow corridor. Pauly looks confused, but follows her eagerly. Elvira, babe, where are we going? This place gives me the creeps. Elvira stops in front of a large, ancient Egyptian sarcophagus. Eric Matthews stands beside it, his mummy bodyguard towering over him. Sorry, Pauly, but this is my ticket to the 1412 championship. Before Pauly can react, Elvira pushes him towards the mummy. The mummy extends its bandaged arms, wrapping them around Pauly and pulling him into the sarcophagus. The lid closes with a loud thud, and a faint glow emanates from the sarcophagus. The sacrifice is complete. Elvira, you're now in contention for the 1412 championship. Elvira, with a sinister smile. Thank you, Eric. I knew I could count on you. Elvira turns to leave the room, her eyes gleaming with determination. Eric Matthews and the mummy remain by the sarcophagus, ensuring that Pauly stays inside. The camera cuts back to the arena, where Mr. Feeney is now alone at the commentary table. It seems Elvira has taken drastic measures to secure her spot in the 1412 championship. We'll have to see how this unfolds. Stay tuned, folks. The night is just getting started. The camera captures the tense atmosphere in the arena, with the crowd murmuring in anticipation of what's to come. The scene fades out as the show heads to the next segment. Segment 3. Match 2, Scott Steiner versus Lou Thesz with Vince Russo as special referee. The camera transitions back to the arena, where the ring is set for the next match. The crowd is buzzing with excitement as the competitors make their entrances. The following contest is scheduled for one fall, introducing first the special guest referee, Vince Russo. Vince Russo makes his way to the ring, receiving a chorus of boos from the crowd. He smirks, clearly enjoying the negative reaction. Introducing the competitors. First, from the world of classic wrestling, Lou Thesz. Lou Thesz enters to a respectful applause, looking determined and ready to showcase his legendary wrestling skills. and his opponent, accompanied by his tigers, Scott Steiner. Scott Steiner makes his entrance, flanked by his tigers. The crowd boos loudly as Steiner flexes his muscles and taunts the audience. This is going to be an interesting match, folks. Lou Thesz' classic wrestling skills versus Scott Steiner's brute strength, with Vince Russo as the special referee. Anything can happen. The bell rings and the match begins. Thesz and Steiner lock up in the center of the ring, with Thesz quickly taking control with his superior grappling skills. Steiner, however, uses his strength to break free and delivers a series of powerful strikes. Lou Thesz is trying to keep Steiner grounded with his technical wrestling, but Steiner's strength is a difficult challenge. As the match progresses, Vince Russo repeatedly interferes, favoring Steiner. He distracts Thesz at crucial moments and allows Steiner to use underhanded tactics. Steiner's tigers also create chaos at ringside, further distracting Mr. Feeney. Vince Russo is clearly biased in Steiner's favor. Thesz is fighting an uphill battle here. Despite the constant distractions, Thesz manages to mount a comeback, delivering a series of classic wrestling maneuvers that leave the crowd cheering. However, just as Thesz goes for the pin, Russo deliberately slow counts, allowing Steiner to kick out. The frustration is evident on Thesz's face as he confronts Russo, but Steiner takes advantage, delivering a low blow followed by a devastating powerbomb. Russo fast counts the pinfall, giving Steiner the victory. Here is your winner, Scott Steiner. The crowd boos loudly as Steiner celebrates his tainted victory, flexing his muscles and taunting the audience.
Mr. Feeney.
What a disgrace. Lou Thesz fought valiantly, but the constant interference from Russ Steiner's tigers proved too much. Suddenly, Dave Meltzer makes his way to the ring, holding a microphone. I give this match a 1.5 star rating out of 5, and that's being generous. Russo's involvement ruined what could have been a classic. The crowd cheers in agreement as Meltzer leaves the ring. Just then, Mike Tyson's music hits, and the crowd erupts in cheers. Tyson storms down to the ring, climbs inside, and delivers a knockout punch to Steiner, leaving him sprawled on the mat. Mike Tyson grabbing a microphone. Steiner, next week, you and me in this ring, I'll show you what real strength is. The crowd goes wild as Tyson drops the microphone and exits the ring, leaving Steiner unconscious and the audience buzzing with excitement.
Mr. Feeney.
Mike Tyson has laid down the challenge. Next week, Steiner versus Tyson. What a match that will be. The camera captures the intense atmosphere in the arena as the scene fades out, transitioning to the next segment. Segment 4, Match 3, Sentient Dumpster versus debuting Sentient Toaster. The camera cuts backstage where the competitors are preparing for their match. The Sentient Dumpster and the debuting Sentient Toaster are shown, with each cutting a short promo. Send a text-to-speech. Tonight, I'm going to take out the trash and show everyone why I'm the toughest appliance in 1412 wrestling. Sentient Toaster. You may be full of garbage, but I'm full of fire. Let's toast this match and see who gets burned. The camera transitions back to the arena where the ring is set for the unusual showdown. The crowd is buzzing with anticipation, curious to see how this bizarre match will unfold. The following contest is scheduled for one fall, introducing first the reigning and defending Sentient Dumpster. The Sentient Dumpster rolls to the ring, its lid clanging menacingly as it makes its way down the ramp. The crowd reacts with a mix of laughter and cheers. And making its debut, the Sentient Toaster. The Sentient Toaster rolls to the ring, its slots glowing with heat. The crowd reacts with curiosity and amusement. I never thought I'd see the day when a dumpster and a toaster would face off in a wrestling ring, but here we are. This should be interesting. The bell rings, and the match begins. The dumpster and toaster collide in the ring, each trying to outmuscle the other. The crowd is entertained by the absurdity of the match, cheering and laughing as the two appliances clash. Mr. Feeney, this is certainly a unique match, folks. Both competitors are giving it their all. Suddenly, the moose storms the ring, wielding a sword. The crowd gasps as the moose charges at the competitors, causing chaos in the ring. Mister, what is the moose doing here? This match has descended into complete chaos. As things look dire for the sentient dumpster and toaster, New Jack's music hits and the crowd erupts in cheers. New Jack storms down the ramp, machete in hand, and enters the ring. He brutally attacks the sentient toaster, causing it to short circuit and smoke. Mr. Feeney is here, and he's not playing around. He's clearing the ring. The referee has no choice but to call off the match due to the interference and chaos in the ring. The result of this match is a no contest due to interference. The crowd cheers as New Jack continues to clear the ring, the Moose retreating in the face of his onslaught. The sentient dumpster rolls to the corner. Start of segment 5, Earthworm Jim's Offsite Escapade. The camera transitions to an offsite location where Earthworm Jim is seen sneaking around the exterior of a suburban house. The house belongs to Harry and Marv, known for their criminal antics. Jim is convinced that their couch is a power source he needs for his intergalactic missions. Earthworm Jim, dressed in his signature spacesuit, cautiously approaches the front door. With a quick glance around, he uses his blaster to break the lock and enters the house. Whispering to himself, "All right, Jim, just get the couch and get out. Simple enough." Inside, Jim moves stealthily through the house, avoiding various booby traps set up by Harry and Marv. He finally reaches the living room, where the couch sits in all its seemingly ordinary glory. There it is, the power source. This will definitely help me on my next mission. Jim attempts to lift the couch, but struggles with its weight. He tries various angles and positions, each time nearly giving up, but eventually managing to hoist it onto his back. The camera cuts to various angles showing Jim awkwardly maneuvering the couch through the house, knocking over furniture and causing a general mess. Pictures fall off the walls and tables are overturned as Jim makes his way to the front door. With one final push, Jim successfully carries the couch outside and loads it onto his spaceship, parked discreetly in the backyard. The house is left in complete disarray. Wiping sweat from his brow. Mission accomplished. This couch is going to be a game changer. The camera cuts back to the arena, where Mr. Feeney looks utterly baffled by what he's just witnessed on the screen. Well, that was something. I have no idea what Earthworm Jim plans to do with that couch, but it seems he's on a mission of his own. The crowd chuckles at the absurdity of the segment, and the camera captures their amused reactions as the scene fades out, transitioning to the next segment. Segment 6. Match 4, Tag Team Championship, Woody and Buzz Lightyear C versus Jay and Silent Bob. The camera transitions back to the arena, where the ring is set for the Tag Team Championship match. The crowd is buzzing with anticipation as the competitors make their entrances. The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Tag Team Championship. Introducing first the challengers, accompanied by the 1412 Director of Marijuana, John 420, Jay and Silent Bob. Jay and Silent Bob make their entrance in a haze of smoke, clearly influenced by their recent session with John 420. The crowd reacts with a mix of cheers and laughter as the duo stumbles down the ramp. And their opponents, the reigning and defending tag team champions, Woody and Buzz Lightyear. Woody and Buzz Lightyear make their entrance, but immediately start bickering and pushing each other. The crowd laughs and cheers as the two struggle to get along while heading to the ring. It looks like our tag team champions are having some issues. This should be interesting. The bell rings and the match begins. Despite Jay and Silent Bob's altered state, they manage to put up a surprisingly good fight using unorthodox tactics and surprising agility. Jay and Silent Bob are giving it their all, even if they're a bit impaired. Woody and Buzz, despite their constant bickering, use accidental teamwork to outsmart Jay and Silent Bob. At one point, Woody and Buzz inadvertently execute a double team move that leaves the crowd cheering. Mr. Feeney, it looks like our champions are working together whether they mean to or not. The match continues with several near falls, and the crowd is fully invested in the action. Despite their efforts, Jay and Silent Bob eventually fall victim to Woody and Buzz's accidental teamwork. Woody and Buzz hit a double elbow drop on Jay, and Buzz covers him for the pin. Here are your winners and still tag team champions, Woody and Buzz Lightyear. The crowd cheers as Woody and Buzz are declared the winners, but their victory celebration is short-lived. They immediately start fighting with each other again, pushing and shoving as they argue. Mr. Feeney, these two just can't get along, even in victory. Suddenly, the debuting Minotaur storms the ring. The crowd gasps as the monstrous creature attacks all four competitors, delivering powerful strikes and slams that leave them all lying on the mat. What is this? The Minotaur is here, and he's taking out everyone in sight. The Minotaur grabs a microphone and cuts a promo filled with nothing but growls, roars, and snarls, asserting his dominance and leaving the crowd in awe. Mr. Feeney, this Minotaur is a force to be reckoned with. Who will be able to stop him? The camera captures the chaotic scene in the ring, with the Minotaur standing tall over the fallen competitors as the crowd reacts with a mix of shock and excitement. The scene fades out, transitioning to the next segment. Segment 7. The camera cuts back to the arena, where the audience is still buzzing from the previous match. Buzz Lightyear is seen backstage, cutting a promo about his partner, Woody. Woody, we may have retained our titles, but your constant bickering is getting us nowhere. If you want to keep this team together, you need to step up and work with me, not against me. To infinity and beyond, partner. The camera then transitions to a hallway backstage, where Allie and AJ are seen approaching President Freddy Krueger, clearly upset. Freddy, this is unacceptable. The traps and pranks Kevin McAllister pulled on us 2 weeks ago were over the line. That torch prank was too far. We demand action. You can't let this go on. As they complain, Harry and Marv suddenly ambush them from behind, wielding clubs. The crowd reacts with shock as the two criminals brutally attack Alien AJ, leaving them writhing on the ground. What is happening? This is a cowardly attack by Harry and Marv. Kevin McAllister appears from around the corner, holding a microphone with a mischievous grin on his face. You guys give up, or are you thirsty for more? The crowd erupts in a mix of boos and cheers as Kevin stands over the fallen Allie and AJ, taunting them with his iconic line. Harry and Marv continue their assault, ensuring that Allie and AJ are completely incapacitated. Mr. Feeney, this is disgraceful. Kevin McAllister and his goons have crossed the line. Someone needs to put a stop to this. Freddy Krueger looks on with a mix of amusement and disapproval, clearly conflicted about the chaos unfolding before him. All right, that's enough. You three, get out of here before I make you regret it. Kevin, Harry, and Marv reluctantly back off, leaving Allie and AJ lying on the ground in pain. EMTs rush in to check on them as the camera captures the aftermath of the brutal ambush. Allie and AJ need medical attention immediately. This rivalry has gone too far. What's next for Kevin McAllister and his cronies? The camera fades out, transitioning to the next segment as the crowd buzzes with anticipation for what will happen next. Segment 8. Match 5. Bars versus the Inventor of Boiled Eggs versus the Sentient Boiled Eggs versus Dave Meltzer for the 14-12 championship. The camera transitions back to the arena where the ring is set for the highly anticipated 14-12 championship match. The crowd is buzzing with excitement and anticipation. The following contest is a fatal four-way match for the 14-12 championship, introducing first the reigning and defending champion, Bars. Bars makes his entrance, smoking a boiled egg and looking ready to defend his title. The crowd reacts with a mix of cheers and boos. And his challengers, first, the Inventor of Boiled Eggs. The Inventor of Boiled Eggs makes his way to the ring, looking confident and ready to outwit his opponents. The crowd boos loudly. Before the match can officially start, Bars attacks the Inventor of Boiled Eggs, delivering a series of brutal strikes and slams, much to the crowd's approval. Mr. Feeney. Bars is not wasting any time. He wants to make sure the inventor pays for everything. Introducing next, the Sentient Boiled Eggs. The Sentient Boiled Eggs rolls to the ring, its shell glistening under the lights. The crowd reacts with a mix of laughter and boos. And finally, making his return to the ring, Dave Meltzer. Dave Meltzer makes his entrance, and the crowd reacts with a mix of laughter and boos. Meltzer tries to look confident, but is clearly out of his element. Mr. Feeney, this match is going to be chaos. Let's see if Meltzer can back up all that talk. The bell rings, and the match begins. Bars continues his assault on the inventor of boiled eggs, while the Sentient Boiled Eggs rolls around the ring trying to avoid the chaos. Meltzer attempts to use his wrestling knowledge to gain an edge, but quickly finds himself overwhelmed by the sheer chaos of the match. Bars delivers a series of powerful strikes to the Sentient Boiled Eggs, finally getting his hands on him and slamming him into the mat. The crowd cheers as Bars unleashes his fury. Bars is a force to be reckoned with. He's taking out everyone in his path. The inventor of boiled eggs tries to outwit his opponents, using clever tactics and quick movements to stay one step ahead. However, Bars focuses his rage on him as well, delivering a devastating powerbomb that leaves the inventor reeling. Dave Meltzer, meanwhile, struggles to keep up with the chaos. He tries to apply a submission hold to the Sentient Boiled Eggs, but is quickly overpowered and thrown across the ring. Shh. Meltzer is out of his depth here. This is not the kind of match he's used to. The match reaches its climax as Bars delivers a series of brutal moves to the inventor of boiled eggs, culminating in a devastating finisher that leaves the inventor motionless on the mat. Bars covers him for the pin. Here is your winner, and still the 14-12 champion, Bars. The crowd erupts in cheers as Bars is declared the winner. He stands tall in the ring, holding the 14-12 championship high above his head. Bars has done it. He has retained the 14-12 championship in an incredible display of strength and determination. Post-match, Vince Russo makes his way to the ring, grabbing a microphone and addressing the crowd. Dave Meltzer, you're nothing but a mark. You thought you could hang with the big boys, but you got shown up. The crowd boos loudly as Russo continues to berate Meltzer, who looks dejected and defeated. Mr. Feeney, what a night it has been. Bars has retained his title, and the chaos continues here in 14-12 wrestling. The camera captures the scene in the ring, with Bars standing tall, Russo taunting Meltzer, and the crowd buzzing with excitement. The scene fades out, transitioning to the next segment. Segment 9. The camera transitions backstage where Bars is seen celebrating his victory with a bowl of spinach dip and a boiled egg in hand. He takes a big gulp of the spinach dip, then puffs on the boiled egg, clearly still annoyed by the spell Lady Gaga cast on him. You see this? This is what it's come to. I just won one of the toughest matches of my life, and I'm stuck smoking a boiled egg. I hate these things more than anything. Boiled eggs, chocolate ice cream, frosted cookies, they're all the bane of my existence. Gaga, you think this is funny? You think you can just cast a spell on me and get away with it? Reverse it, Gaga. Reverse it now, or I swear I'll make your life a living hell. The camera then cuts to another part of the backstage area where Cory Matthews is seen nervously approaching Topanga. Topanga, I love you more than anything. Please, let's work this out. Topanga, under the influence of Lady Gaga's spell, looks at Cory with a smirk. Sorry, Cory, but it's time for you to meet your new love. Topanga raises her hands and chants an incantation. A magical aura surrounds Cory, and his expression changes from love-stricken to confused infatuation. What did you do to me? You'll see. Suddenly, Cory's eyes widen as if he's seen the most beautiful thing in the world. He runs off, looking for something or someone. What just happened? Topanga's spell has caused Cory to fall in love with something else. The camera follows Cory as he frantically searches through the backstage area, finally stopping when he sees the moose. There you are, my love. Oh, how I've been searching for you. Cory runs up to the moose, hugging it tightly, while the moose looks bewildered. This is unbelievable. Cory Matthews, now infatuated with a moose. The chaos just doesn't stop here in 14-12 wrestling. The camera captures the bizarre scene of Cory hugging the moose, Topanga watching with a satisfied smirk, and Bars in the background fuming about his situation. The crowd is buzzing, with a mix of laughter and disbelief as the scene fades out, transitioning to the next segment. Segment 10. The camera transitions to the ring where Santa Claus is seen standing with a microphone, his face intense and determined. Jim Duggan, you've pushed me too far. This isn't just about a wrestling match anymore. This is a blood feud. You tried to take me down, but I'm here to show you that Santa Claus is not someone to mess with. You better watch your back, Duggan, because I'm coming for you. The crowd reacts with a mix of cheers and boos as Santa throws down the microphone, ready for action. The camera then cuts to the entrance ramp as the next match is announced. The following contest is a triple threat match for the Divas Championship with a special guest referee, the Fonz. The crowd cheers as the Fonz makes his way to the ring, exuding coolness and confidence. He takes his place in the ring, ready to officiate the match. Introducing the challengers. First, Danielle Harris. Danielle Harris makes her entrance, receiving a warm welcome from the crowd. She looks determined and ready for the challenge. And her opponent, Tonya Harding. Tonya Harding makes her way to the ring, looking fierce and ready to compete. The crowd reacts with a mix of cheers and boos. And finally, the reigning and defending Divas champion, Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga's entrance is spectacular, filled with pyrotechnics and dramatic music. She walks to the ring with an air of confidence and mystique, clearly ready to defend her title. This is going to be an intense match, folks. 3 strong competitors and the Fonz as the special referee. Anything can happen. The bell rings and the match begins. Gaga immediately uses her cunning and spell work to her advantage, casting small incantations to keep her opponents off balance. Danielle Harris and Tonya Harding put up a strong fight, using their unique skills and strengths. Harris delivers a series of quick, high-impact moves, targeting Gaga and Harding. Harding counters with her own aggressive style, focusing on Harris while keeping an eye on Gaga. The Fonz tries to maintain order, but the match quickly becomes chaotic, with all 3 competitors going all out. Mr. Feeney, these ladies are giving it their all. This is a true test of skill and determination. Gaga uses her spell work to create illusions and distractions, allowing her to gain the upper hand. She hits Harding with a magical blast, sending her reeling. Harris tries to capitalize, but Gaga counters with a swift kick to the head. The match reaches its climax as Gaga casts a powerful spell, momentarily blinding both Harris and Harding. She quickly rolls up Harding, and the Fonz counts the pinfall. Here is your winner, and still the Divas champion, Lady Gaga. The crowd erupts in a mix of cheers and boos as Gaga is declared the winner. She stands tall in the ring, holding her Divas championship high. Lady Gaga retains her title with her cunning and spell work. What a match! Post-match, the Fonz approaches the 3 ladies with a charming smile, attempting to sweep them off their feet. The Fonz, hey, ladies, how about we all go out for a celebration? Harris and Harding look at each other, then at the Fonz, and shake their heads in unison. Not tonight, Fonz. Yeah, maybe some other time. The Fonz shrugs, still smiling, as Gaga gives him a playful pat on the shoulder before leaving the ring. The camera captures the aftermath of the match, with Gaga celebrating her victory and the competitors heading to the back. An incredible match with a dramatic ending. Lady Gaga remains the Divas champion, and the Fonz, well, he tried. The scene fades out, transitioning to the next segment. Segment 11. The camera transitions to the stage where the Talking Pie talk show set is illuminated. The Talking Pie, an animated and lively character, is ready to host another segment of its unconventional talk show. The crowd buzzes with anticipation as the show begins. Talking Pie. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Talking Pie Show. Tonight, we have a very special guest, the one and only Hulk Hogan. The crowd erupts in cheers as Hulk Hogan makes his entrance, flexing his muscles and playing to the crowd. He takes a seat next to the Talking Pie, ready for the interview. Hogan, it's great to have you here on the show. Now, let's get right to it. Recently, Dave Meltzer has been pretty critical of your in-ring work. What's your response to his negative criticism? Well, let me tell you something, brother. Dave Meltzer has always had his opinions, but at the end of the day, it's the fans who matter. I've been in this business for decades, and I've faced the best of the best. My in-ring work speaks for itself, dude. I don't need Meltzer's approval to know I'm one of the greatest of all time. Absolutely, Hogan. But why do you think Meltzer keeps targeting you? Hulk Hogan. It's simple, brother. Meltzer can't stand the fact that I'm still relevant, still making headlines. He wants to bring me down because he knows that Hulkamania is stronger than ever. But guess what, Dave? You can say whatever you want, but the fans are behind me 100%, and that's all that matters. The crowd cheers in agreement, showing their support for Hogan. Well said, Hogan. Now, what do you think of Meltzer's recent star ratings, especially with your matches? Hulk Hogan? Meltzer's star ratings? They're a joke, brother. He thinks he can judge our matches from behind a desk, but he's never stepped foot in the ring. He doesn't know the blood, sweat, and tears that go into every match. He wants to give my matches low ratings? That's fine, but the fans know the truth. They know who the real superstar is. The crowd roars in approval, chanting, Hogan. Hogan, you've made it clear that Meltzer's opinions don't bother you, but what message do you have for him? Um, Dave Meltzer, if you're watching this, just know that Hulkamania will never die. Your opinions are just that, opinions. They don't define me or my career. So keep writing your reviews and giving your star ratings, because at the end of the day, the Hulkamaniacs will always have my back. And that's something you can't take away, brother. The crowd erupts in cheers as Hogan stands up, flexing his muscles and posing for the fans. Thank you, Hogan. It's always a pleasure having you on the show. Any final words for your fans? Hulk Hogan, to all my Hulkamaniacs out there, keep believing in yourself and never give up. Hulkamania is running wild, and it always will be. What you gonna do when Hulk Hogan and the Hulkamaniacs run wild on you, brother? The crowd chants, Hogan, Hogan, as Hogan exits the stage, leaving the talking pie to wrap up the segment. Well, there you have it, folks. Hulk Hogan, as always, with some powerful words. Dave Meltzer, consider yourself buried. Stay tuned for more action right here on 1412 Wrestling. The camera captures the energetic crowd as the segment ends, transitioning to the next part of the show. Segment 12. The camera transitions back to the arena where the ring is set for the highly anticipated sword fighting championship match. The crowd is buzzing with excitement as the competitors make their entrances. The following contest is a triple threat match for the sword fighting championship, introducing first Paula Abdul. Paula Abdul makes her way to the ring, receiving a warm welcome from the crowd. She looks determined and ready for the challenge. Her opponent, Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella enters the arena to a huge ovation, looking fierce and focused. The crowd cheers loudly for the former champion. And finally, the reigning and defending sword fighting champion, Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga's entrance is spectacular, filled with pyrotechnics and dramatic music. She walks to the ring with an air of confidence and mystique, clearly ready to defend her title. This is going to be a battle for the ages, folks. 3 incredible competitors, 1 championship. Let's see who comes out on top. The bell rings and the match begins. All 3 women brandish their swords, circling each other cautiously before engaging in a fast-paced and brutal exchange of blows. Lady Gaga uses her agility and witchcraft to her advantage, casting small spells to create illusions and distractions. Nikki Bella and Paula Abdul clash swords fiercely, each trying to gain the upper hand. Nikki delivers a series of powerful strikes, but Paula counters with her own swift and agile maneuvers. Gaga seizes the moment, disarming Paula with a well-timed spell and then turning her attention to Mr. Feeney. Lady Gaga is using her cunning and spells to maintain control. She's a force to be reckoned with. Nikki and Gaga engage in a heated duel, with Nikki showing her strength and determination. She manages to land several solid hits on Gaga, but Gaga uses her witchcraft to disorient Nikki. creating an opening for a decisive strike. Gaga disarms Nikki with a flick of her wrist and then delivers a stunning blow that sends Nikki to the mat. Gaga quickly covers Nikki for the pinfall, and the referee counts to 3. Announcer: here is your winner and still the sword-fighting champion, Lady Gaga. The crowd erupts in a mix of cheers and boos as Gaga is declared the winner. She stands tall in the ring, holding her sword-fighting championship high. Lady Gaga retains her title with a combination of skill and sorcery. What a match. Post-match, Nikki Bella grabs a microphone, looking visibly frustrated. Lady Gaga, I've had enough of your tricks and spells. I've faced you time and time again, and every time you find a way to cheat your way to victory. But I promise you this, I won't stop until I reclaim my championship. Your reign of terror will come to an end. The crowd cheers for Nikki's determination as she exits the ring, leaving Gaga to celebrate her victory. Nikki, you can try all you want, but you will never outshine me. This championship is mine, and I will defend it with all the magic and power I possess. The camera captures Gaga's triumphant pose as the segment ends, transitioning to the next part of the show. Segment 13. The camera cuts to a chaotic scene backstage where Magikarp is causing havoc, splashing around in a large pool, and causing staff members to trip and fall. The chaos is palpable as people scramble to avoid the water. Watch out. Magikarp is going wild again. Why is this fish still here? Suddenly, Scott Steiner appears, his tigers in tow. He surveys the chaos with a sneer. What a mess. Magikarp, you're nothing but trash. Seeing the situation, Steiner sends his tigers after Magikarp. The fish manages to escape, flopping out of the pool and down the hallway, leaving a trail of water in its wake. I'll get you next time, fish. Woody, who has been watching the whole scene and laughing at Magikarp's antics, catches Steiner's attention. Woody. Did you see that, Steiner? That fish is a disaster. Steiner's face contorts with rage. He storms over to Woody, grabbing him by the collar. You think this is funny, cowboy? Let's see if you're still laughing after this. Steiner drags Woody to Magikarp's pool and attempts to drown him in it. Woody struggles, gasping for breath as Steiner holds him under the water. Just then, Shaq walks by and sees the commotion. He rushes over, extending his hand to Steiner in an attempt to defuse the situation. Hey, Steiner, let's talk this out. No need for violence. Instead of taking Shaq's hand, Steiner delivers a low blow, causing Shaq to double over in pain. Steiner then locks in the Steiner recliner, applying pressure and causing Shaq to groan in agony. You thought you could stop me? Think again. President Freddy Krueger appears, looking furious. Steiner, release him now, or you're fired. Reluctantly, Steiner releases the hold and stands up, glaring at Freddy. Shaq, still in pain, struggles to his feet. This isn't over, Krueger. Not by a long shot. Freddy steps forward, pointing a gloved finger at Steiner. You better watch yourself, Steiner. One more stunt like this, and you're out of here. Steiner snarls but doesn't respond. He storms off down the hallway, leaving a trail of chaos in his wake. The camera captures the aftermath with Woody coughing and sputtering as Shaq helps him to his feet. Thanks, Shaq. I owe you one. Just stay safe, Woody. Steiner's a loose cannon. The camera fades out as the scene transitions to the next segment of the show. Segment 14. The camera cuts back to the arena where President Freddy Krueger stands in the ring holding a microphone. The crowd is buzzing with anticipation. Tonight, Elvira, you will have to prove your worth once again. You may have sacrificed Pauly Shore for a title shot, but I want to see if you can earn it the hard way. You will face the Mummy, led to the ring by Eric Matthews. If you win, you get your shot at the 14-12 championship. The crowd cheers as Elvira makes her entrance, looking both determined and apprehensive. She walks to the ring, her eyes locked on Freddy. Freddy, you know I'm ready for anything. Bring on the Mummy. The lights dim and eerie music fills the arena as the Mummy, accompanied by Eric Matthews, makes its way to the ring. The Mummy's slow, deliberate movements add to the tension in the air. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied by Eric Matthews, the Mummy. Eric Matthews, under the Mummy's control, leads it to the ring. The crowd is both fascinated and terrified by the sight. And her opponent, Elvira. Elvira steps into the ring, her mystical powers at the ready. The bell rings, and the match begins. The Mummy lunges at Elvira, but she uses her agility to dodge its attacks. Elvira counters with a series of swift kicks and punches, but the Mummy's strength proves formidable. Elvira is using her speed and mystical abilities to outmaneuver the Mummy, but its strength is The Mummy grabs Elvira and throws her into the corner, but she quickly recovers, using her mystical powers to create a barrier that repels the Mummy's next attack. The crowd is on the edge of their seats as Elvira continues to fight back, using every trick in her book. Elvira is showing incredible resilience. She won't go down without a fight. Eric Matthews, still under the Mummy's control, tries to interfere, but Elvira uses a spell to temporarily freeze him in place. She then turns her full attention back to the Mummy, delivering a powerful spell that sends it crashing to the mat. What a move by Elvira. She's got the Mummy down. With the Mummy momentarily incapacitated, Elvira climbs to the top rope and delivers a stunning aerial attack, landing squarely on the Mummy. She quickly covers it for the pin. Referee in 2, 3. Here is your winner, Elvira. The crowd erupts in cheers as Elvira stands victorious, her hand raised in triumph. She turns to face Freddie, who is watching from the stage. Freddie, I did it. Now give me my title shot. Freddie smirks and nods, acknowledging her victory. All right, Elvira, you've earned it. Next week, you'll get your shot at the 14-12 championship. But remember, this is just the beginning. Elvira nods, determined and ready for the challenge ahead. The camera captures her victorious pose as the segment transitions to the next part of the show. Segment 15. Show closing. The camera pans to Mr. Feeney standing in the middle of the ring with a microphone in hand. The arena is buzzing with energy from the night's events. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight has been nothing short of wild. From surprise attacks to shocking victories, 14-12 wrestling continues to deliver the unexpected. The camera cuts to a few highlights from the night's matches, showing Elvira's victory over the Mummy, Bars retaining his championship, and the chaotic tag team match with Woody and Buzz. We have seen champions defend their titles with everything they've got, and new rivalries ignite in ways we couldn't have imagined. But let me tell you, the excitement doesn't stop here. The crowd cheers as the camera focuses back on Mr. Feeney. Next week, we have an explosive match lined up. Mike Tyson will face Scott Steiner. It's a clash you won't want to miss. The crowd erupts into cheers and applause, hyped for the upcoming match. That's right, folks. Tyson versus Steiner. It's going to be a battle for the ages. Make sure you tune in. Mr. Feeney, until next time, stay safe and stay entertained. Thank you for joining us tonight, and we'll see you next week on 14-12 Wrestling. The camera captures the cheering crowd as the credits begin to roll. The scene transitions to the backstage area where various wrestlers are recovering from the night's events. The excitement and tension are palpable as everyone prepares for what's to come. Good night, everybody, and we'll see you next time. The screen fades to black, displaying the current champions. Current champions, world champion, Bars, tag team champions, Woody and Buzz Lightyear, competitive eating champion, Joey Tribbiani, laser gun surfing battle champion, Psychro, Divas champion, Lady Gaga, sword fighting champion, Lady Gaga. The final shot shows the 14-12 wrestling logo as the music swells, leaving the audience eager for next week's action-packed episode.